Going on YouTube. This is Kamikaze Man 1, and I'm just gonna be doing something completely different than I normally do. Right now I'm playing some 3/6 Heads Up Limit Razz, and for those of you that do not know how to play Razz, I'll show you. It's an extremely easy game. Basically, I mean, Heads Up is a little bit a slightly different story than normal. It's but anyway, how to play Razz? It's just like 7-card stud. It's exactly like 7-card stud, except you play for low. It's a complete low ball game. The best straights and flushes do not count against you, and alright, I'm just going to raise it up here to 10. Okay, anyway, yeah, straights and flushes don't count against you, and aces are always low. And, yeah, ace. I'm kind of losing my train of thought, but aces are always low. The best possible hand you can have is ace, deuce, 3, 4, 5. And, it's basically, and kings are the highest cards you can get dealt. And yeah, it's just a straight stud game. It's played exactly like stud, and you're looking to draw low cards and stuff. I mean, I'm not really doing a good job at explaining this, but Razz is a great game. All right, we got, okay, his board is just slowly diminishing. We're gonna keep betting. All right, we have a 9 low here. I think it might be good. Yeah, it's good. He was probably just thinking our board was looking so bad that you know, that he probably thought we were full of it. All right, ace, queen, deuce. We'll go ahead and raise it up. All right, we're gonna call that. Okay, we're just gonna check call him, as I think that was a bad card for him. We're gonna check again. He's checking. Now I got 3 deuces. We're gonna have to dump the hand. We were hoping just to improve on our hand a little bit, and hoping that his board would just slowly just get worse and worse, so we can take advantage of it. Really, when you play Heads Up Razz, it's just you're not really necessarily playing your own cards. You're playing your opponent's board. Basically you're betting based off your opponent's board. Like when he does not improve, when his hand actually worsens, then you need to bet into him. And of course you got to keep an eye on your own board, of course, but mainly keep an eye on your opponent's board. We got a pretty decent hand here, and he catches the queen, so he's slowly worse off. We're gonna keep on betting. He paired up. We hit a 3. Our board's getting better. He's gonna have to probably abort mission here pretty soon. If he got a high card on the end, then he's dead. All right, we got a pretty bad hand. He's probably gonna raise us here, obviously. Yep. Yeah, it's just a lot of hands, they don't end up going past 3rd Street. They very rarely do. I mean, they not very rarely, but expect most hands in Heads Up Razz to just end right here, on 3rd Street, because they usually will. And when you do get involved in a hand that gets past 3rd Street, just make sure you play your opponent's board. And we're getting dealt pretty good hands here. You know, and this guy is playing according to a system, and so are we. All right, this hand might get ugly. Maybe not. He probably had a couple big cards couple buried big cards. All right, we're gonna complete it. We're gonna complete it again. We don't have a great hand because we do have a pair. Pairs are actually worse than high cards. I mean, then one having one pair is actually worse than having one high card, because basically your hand is dictated by the pair. I mean, because you can, if you have one high card, it can still improve to a very powerful hand if you give it time. Oh, and this guy leaves. Alright, so we're just gonna sit and wait. I'm gonna sit and wait for another opponent. But basically, I'm trying to get my thoughts together here. I know it's kind of early in the morning, but you just want to just play your opponent's hand and not as much your own. Make sure that you keep a close enough eye on your board that where you're not like completely hanging yourself, because your opponent is playing your board as well. He's not most of the time he's not just playing his own. And so just like every time when he catches a face card and you catch something else that that doesn't appear to have hurt your hand, maybe even if you catch a pair, but your other paired card is buried and where your opponent can't see it, and he catches a face card or he catches a pair, bet into him and continue to bet into them, and you will benefit from it more times than not. Sometimes you'll find that really sticky opponent where he will stick to any hand. They're just real loose passive. They're not real skilled or queued up to this game. But yeah, most of the time you're gonna find opponents that when they're bet into, once they catch a card that they don't like, they're gonna generally shy away from the hand. They're just gonna fold it and they're gonna give it to you and stuff. But actually, I think this might be a good time to end this video. But stud games are my bread and butter. I have always been a stud player. I mean, I've always loved stud and stud games. I mean, if you ever want to look for me on Poker Stars or Full Tilt, this is generally where you're gonna find me. You're gonna find me at the stud tables, and yeah, that's generally where you're gonna find me, because I'm a stud player first, and I'm a hold'em player, maybe like fifth. Because I to tell you the truth, I can't stand Texas Hold'em. I really don't care for the game as much as I care for stud. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off this video here, and be sure to comment and post your comments, and you don't always have to rate it 5 stars, but rate what you think is best. And we got another opponent here. I guess I can play for a couple more minutes. We catch a good card, so does he. Another good card for us. Our board is looking good. We have a made 10 low. Now we have a made 8 low, which is still really good. This might actually not. Yeah, we have a made 8 low. We have an 8-4 low, and it's best. All right, so we're up $66 in just about 8.5 minutes of play. So if you play this game well, heads up, then you're really gonna reap the rewards. Like, not a lot. I mean, heads up stud games aren't really as popular as full ring game, but there is a system to playing these games, these stud games, heads up, especially Razz. And yeah, he's probably gonna raise us here. We can't fool him with the king showing. Alright, well, I don't really know this opponent too well. He looks to be real aggressive, extremely aggressive. So I'm gonna look to check raise him when I catch something. Alright, we're gonna complete it here. Yeah, he gives it up. But I'm gonna look to get dealt a really strong hand, and alright, this is a very powerful hand. We're gonna beautiful card. He got a good card as well, and we both hit a queen. But I still think I'm ahead. Oh, now I have a made 7 low, and he has a pair. He's probably gonna fold. Yeah, we have him crushed. We have a made 7 low. He has to beat it. He didn't beat it. All right, we broke this guy in maybe, I don't know, 6-7 hands. But all right, that's actually perfect because it actually my 10 minutes is up. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video and go ahead and put it on YouTube. And just if you guys like what you see, then go ahead and rate 5 stars or subscribe or whatever, or rate 3 stars, 4 stars. I don't care. Whatever you feel this video deserves. And try out Heads Up Razz. It's a very, very different game, and I think you guys might enjoy it. But anyway, this is Kamikaze Man 1, and I'm signing out. And so all you guys, good luck at the tables and take care.